If you have no standards for a man having sex with you, then he'll offer nothing and just take the sex. If you set the threshold a little bit higher and say, well, no, we need to get to know each other better, or I need a commitment or whatever before the sex, if he's genuinely interested in you, he will meet that standard or that threshold, and then you can take it from there. Then there's also another threshold of, if you don't have a ring for me, then I'm not having sex with you. And some people think that's out of the question, it's ridiculous, and so on and so on. But sex is really, really serious. I have come to think now that if a man doesn't think enough of me to make me his wife, I don't think enough of him to have sex with him.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm talking to Nomalanga Moses, and we're discussing, the idea that some women feel they get a raw deal from men. They feel that, that, hey, we're out here, doing what we can for these men, and they're not giving us the wedding band, or, not proposing, they're not following through. And she's saying the solution is keep your legs closed. She's basically saying those are literally the words she used. If you don't want a man to use you for sex, keep your legs closed. So first of all, I'd like to ask the ladies, first of all, yes or no from the ladies only. I'll ask the men their opinion in a second. Do you agree with Nomalanga? Noma is basically saying that the solution to not being used for sex is to keep your legs closed. Do you agree, or yes or no? And if you feel like she's being too harsh, you can say no. Or if you disagree, or if you do agree, like if you think this actually makes sense, and that this is something that that a lot of women should consider trying, say yes. I'm going to see what. Okay, I see Ramona says 1,000 times yes. Okay.
Boyce, I want to say also that there's a reason why it's important for women, because this standard is an absolute double standard, because I have no problem with double standards, right? Men can have sex with whoever they want, whenever they want, and keep it moving. But it's not the same, because we form emotional attachments with the men that we are intimate with. And in the live segment that I did, I mentioned one of the things for people to understand is there's a hormonal environment in our body. And there are hormones that you literally release when you are intimate with a man. And I kind of took it away from sex, and I was like, listen, think about a mother, and she's had a baby. From the time that she conceives or they conceive, her body goes through a hormonal process, which is supposed to be for the benefit of the baby. Her breast filled with milk and so on. And any mother will tell you, once they've had their baby, in those first few weeks, they're on such high alert that sometimes when a baby cries, you can literally feel your breast fill with milk, because you're having a hormonal response to the baby. And the same thing applies, not exactly the same thing. I believe it's the same hormone. When you're intimate with a man, you release these hormones and they form attachments with him. So that's why you'll see women go nuts and, burn houses down and beat men's houses, and not their houses, their cars, and punch their tires and all that, because they've literally become so attached to him. And then maybe he wasn't taking what happened as seriously, right? He hit it and quit it. And he's gone, he's forgotten about it. She hasn't. She's feeling attached to him. She feels like he took something from her, and she's very, very emotional. And then again, you get that thing where men are like, oh, that bee is crazy. No, she's not crazy. She's actually emotional because she was feeling emotionally attached to you, and you rejected, abandoned her, and she feels used.